They viewed me as a mistake and a screw-up, just because I thought what they were chasing was pointless and meaningless and wanted something different. Am I wrong for my thought process? 2-2. The grief dulled. The finances stabilized. The work, quiet, thankless at first, started to compound. I didn't feel successful. I felt sturdier, less breakable, like my life no longer hovered on the edge of collapse. Then, almost without warning, my name started circulating again. Not in concern, in admiration. Messages popped up like nothing had happened. Familiar tones, easy laughter, people smiling at me like we'd just spoken yesterday instead of years ago. Look at you now. I always knew you'd make it. We should reconnect. I stared at those words longer than I expected to. I thought about the nights I sat alone, refreshing my phone, wondering if I mattered enough for someone to ask how I was doing. I thought about how loyalty is expensive when there's nothing to gain from it. I wanted to ask where they were when success wasn't promised, when being my friend cost patience instead of proximity to something impressive, when knowing me didn't come with bragging rights. But I didn't ask, because the answer was already there. They didn't disappear because they were cruel. They didn't vanish because they hated me. They left because choosing themselves was easier than staying present for someone who was breaking. And I understand that now in a way I couldn't back then. Pain makes people uncomfortable. Uncertainty makes them restless. Watching someone struggle reminds them of how fragile their own lives could be. So they step away. I don't hate them for it. But I also don't pretend it didn't teach me something permanent. Some people only know how to love you when it's light, when the conversations are easy, when your life doesn't ask anything of them. I learned how to survive when it was heavy. And that version of me is careful now, selective, honest about who gets access to my time and trust. They came back smiling when knowing me looked good again. I smiled back, but I didn't reopen the door, because the people who didn't help carry the weight don't get to enjoy the view once the climb is over. Like and follow for more Reddit stories.